action at Thompson Field. Third game of the season for the Hokies at home. All of their opponents have come from the Commonwealth of Virginia. Started with ODU and then against VMI. Liberty rocking the red jerseys today with Virginia Tech in their blacks. For Virginia Tech, that 6-0 victory, as mentioned, an incredible offensive display in terms of the numbers as a team. But on top of that, they had offensive production from many different players. They saw 6 different players score a goal, which they did as well earlier in their program history against VMI back in 2004. But that Wealth saw a couple of players getting first career goals that they're looking to take into this matchup, as well as giving their head coach, Chugger Adair, his 175th win. He's the 7th in ACC women's soccer history to reach that mark. Have our first whistle of the matchup. It's Virginia Tech will have an early opportunity. May kicks it over. Virginia Tech off to an undefeated start as they did last year. They're looking to get back to their form of 2024 when they made a run to the Elite Eight. While Liberty last season was the champion of Conference USA, both in the regular season and the tournament as well. They have been a strong program as of late. Robertson with a rip away for Virginia Tech. Across from Weir all the way to the far end for Patchen. Holds on to it. Across in, up in the air. It goes away. Bradley tried to attack for Virginia Tech, but the Hokies hold on to the possession. Eliana Salama, who's had a great comeback this season. See it booted away the other direction. Virginia Tech with plenty of the possession early on in this matchup, trying to carry over that offensive momentum from the last match. And this season for the Hokies, they have a lot of optimism. Despite a younger team, from the younger players of last year, they saw a huge impact. Their leading class on the squad is sophomores. They have 12 of those. But you look back at last year, and as freshmen, Ellie Robertson, Maddie Buto, and Hannah Patchen all started all 18 games as freshmen. So despite losing some star players, including Natalie Mitchell on the offensive end, they've had a group with ACC experience ready to take that jump in their second years with the program. Some pressure from Anna Weir on the offensive end, making it tricky for Ainsley Leia to get it away for Liberty. The goalkeeping situation for the Flames has been a fascinating one so far, as not often do you look at a roster and see so much experience available on the table. They've got a 5th year, a 6th year, and a senior, all with great Conference USA experience that they can turn to. In the first 2 games, they went to Peyton Huber as the starter, giving Ainsley Leia the second half of the first 2 matchups this season. But today, it's Leia who gets her first start. Bradley wrapped up for Virginia Tech. It'll be Robertson who lines up to kick it away. Robertson, as mentioned, one of those players who started all the games last year for Virginia Tech as just a freshman. And on top of that, she played in the entirety of 13 of those matchups. Big boost on the defensive end. First real opportunity for Liberty today to try to get the offense moving. I mentioned Natalie Mitchell for Virginia Tech. For Liberty, it's Ivy Gardner, who last year was the Conference USA Player of the Year, who provided a whole lot of offensive production. And the question for the Lady Flames this season will be who can fill that role, and can it be a team effort to get it done? They've been a strong program over the last few seasons, going 14-4-4 last year. Their second Conference USA championship over the last 3 years. Went undefeated in conference play last year, and they would actually fall to an ACC team in Clemson in the NCAA tournament. They're getting a healthy dose of ACC action early on this season, traveling last game to Virginia, who's nearly ranked in the top 10, are the Cavaliers, as well as Virginia Tech for this matchup. Then they'll go on the road to Pitt in a week from today. So the Flames, really something they're looking to get experience with over these last few matches, as well as what's upcoming, is proving they can compete at that next level. They've had a lot of dominance in Conference USA, which has some talented teams as well, but showing they can compete with those power conference programs. We're on the attack. Sees it poked away. Engel gets rid of it across the other end of the pitch. That will roll out. Engel of Liberty, that being Hallie Engel, played a huge role over the last few seasons in the matches between these two teams. In 2024, the 2-1 victory for Liberty right here at Thompson Field. She scored 2 goals in the matchup and is also looking to carry on some momentum from the last match against UVA when she did have 2 shots on goal. So here's Ainsley Leah. Let's get it away from that goalie position. First time playing in a first half of the match this season. She was the 2023 Conference USA Keeper of the Year. And Peyton Huber, the other who they've started, was last year's of the year. Prime opportunity for the Flames, ripped away. Wiedemeyer crosses over. Battle of possession early on in this matchup. That one rolls out the back.
Liberty Hokies.
Flames with an early chance here on a corner kick. They were able to draw one in the second half against UVA to try to get some momentum in their last matchup. The corner goes up. And it's in for the Flames. They take a 1-0 lead off the corner kick opportunity. Got by a great effort from Juliana Trujillo in net for Virginia Tech. Liberty, just 8.5 minutes into the match, takes the lead on the road. Isabella Wiedemeyer able to get it in net off of the assist from Sally Gardner on the corner kick. Battle for possession early on, but that opportunity from the corner gives the advantage to the Flames. For Wiedemeyer, gets her first goal of the season. Up to this point, for Liberty, only 1 goal credited to a player this year, which was Avonlea Monteith against, East Carolina in the opening matchup for the Flames. Pressure kept up from the Flames early on in this game. He'll be left again for Sally Gardner. Takes over the number 5 for Ivy Gardner, who I mentioned earlier was an incredible player. Sally Gardner, a defender who has a lot of skill, as we saw in that pass from the corner kick. This is the third matchup between these two teams over the last 3 years. Last year's was a 1-1 draw at Liberty, in which the Flames late in the game tied it up in the 86th minute of the match to draw it even, and that for Liberty was a huge win to that late in the match get a goal to tie an ACC program in Virginia Tech. But the game that rings on a lot of players' minds is the one in 2024, which is right here at Thompson Field. That turned out to be a big match for both sides, as Liberty would take it 2-1. For the Flames, it was the first ranked opponent that they had a victory over in their program history. And still, with a lot of the players they have on the roster being an experienced group, serves as their favorite memory of their time with Liberty so far. But although Virginia Tech didn't win that match, it turned out to be a stepping stone in what was an incredible season for them. They went on to go on to the Elite Eight. That was their first loss of the season. They finished 14-6-3. Went 8-2 at home that year. One of the only 2 losses being to Liberty Flames. Both of these teams looking to get back into that tournament conversation. Liberty just there last season by winning Conference USA. For Virginia Tech, they had a lot of strong cast members returning from that Elite 8 team last year, but unfortunately dealt with plenty of injuries early on in the season, which derailed them after starting 4-0. Looking to get back to it this season. Haley Noblet on the ground for Liberty. Assess that foul to Peyton May, one of those other strong sophomore members for Virginia Tech, who played in 15 matches last season for the Hokies.
Here we go, ladies!
Juliana Trujillo gets the chance to kick it away from that goalkeeper position for Virginia Tech. And one of the biggest questions going into this season for the Hokies was, how do they replace their star goalie of the last few years in Lauren Hargrove? That's a player who played over 5,000 minutes in her career, had a save percentage north of 70 as a whole during her time in Blacksburg. But they went into the transfer portal and found Juliana Trujillo, who won back-to-back JUCO national championships with the Falcons of Daytona State. An absolutely ridiculous .862 save percentage on the career with the Falcons. Was an All-American for multiple seasons. She's been strong so far this season for Virginia Tech, allowing just a 1 goal going into this match. But Liberty, the goal earlier today on the corner kick, Isabella Wiedemeyer the one to scratch it through. And a Weir on the offensive end for Virginia Tech. Liberty takes it right back, moving ahead with it. Long shot goes off the crossbar. Rebound can't be collected by Wiedemeyer. Trujillo there to make the play for Virginia Tech. For Flames head coach Lang Wiedemeyer, something he's really been looking to see from his team this season is that tenacity right off the bat in matches. Get going in that first half. They've done a strong job today of getting some possession opportunities. This is after their last game against UVA underwent a 90-minute weather delay out of the blue. It was suspended 15 minutes into the second half, but after that delay is when Liberty found a corner kick and a couple of offensive chances. Robertson gets set to throw in for Virginia Tech. Salama looking for room. Slides on the ground. Patchen chasing towards it. Looks back in. On the ground, it's stopped. Leia with the save. Sioka tried to get the sneak attack for Virginia Tech. Hokies looking for a chance to control. They're taking on the Liberty Flames, who have a bit of a homecoming for Lang Wiedemeyer, their head coach. In general, taking the Liberty head coaching job brought him back to the Commonwealth of Virginia, which is where his roots are, but this one's extra special for him. For Wiedemeyer, this is his 10th season with Liberty. But when you turn the clock back to his playing days, he started his collegiate career at Virginia Tech, playing for the Hokies before rounding out his career at ODU. Originally comes from Roanoke, Virginia, not too far away from Blacksburg, under an hour. Wiedemeyer took the job at Liberty after an incredible resume at South Dakota State. He was actually able to help start the program back in 2000. Helped them get to the adjustment to Division I in 2004. And he's made 4 trips to the tournament with the Flames so far in his time. Year number 10 with Liberty after a 17-year run at South Dakota State. He's a player the coaches have loved to play for, and obviously when you're succeeding, it helps a whole ton. But for him, he's looking to, as a lot of coaches do, look to develop those players beyond just their skills on the pitch. For him, it means a lot whenever he gets texts, calls, and even letters from former players that he's had with some of the favorite quotes that he delivered to them still ringing true many years later. It's allowed him to develop a program that's been really successful for the last few years for Liberty.
Virginia Tech corner kick.
Virginia Tech will get their first chance at a corner kick today. That's how the Liberty Flames scored theirs earlier in the game. Up and in, it's knocked away. Patchen still battling. We'll see it's sent the other direction. Almost 20 minutes into this match. The one goal on the corner kick scored by Isabella Wiedemeyer. Otherwise, a lot of back and forth possession.
Let's go, Hokies!
We'll have a whistle on that far end as the Flames were looking to get the offensive momentum rolling once again. Will be Virginia Tech who gets the chance to boot it away. Peyton May with it for the Hokies. Gets it back on the other half. Both of these teams keeping a pretty similar starting lineup over their first few matchups this season, trying to build that chemistry together. A couple of newer starters in for each side on the last few games. What an opportunity this is for both teams to play a quality opponent early on in non-conference play, preparing them for what is down the stretch. Long throw from Garner for Liberty. It'll be done once again, just further up the pitch. Long boot from Robertson to the opposite side. Salama chasing after it, won't get there in time. On the far end, Salama holds on to the possession, moves forward. Looks for the cross. That one knocked away. Liberty will once again have the opportunity. Virginia Tech has had their last few offensive possessions set to a halt with offside calls. There's Avery Paulson getting ready to throw it in for Liberty. She's been growing in her role with the Flames over the last few seasons. That went out wide for Paulson. She played in 20 games last year as a role player and starting to earn a starting opportunity with the Flames. For her, she currently cites her favorite memory defeating Virginia Tech in 2024 and her time with the Flames. Juliana Trujillo kicks it off for Virginia Tech. But Liberty with another chance with possession. And even though she's far back there, Sally Garner does a lot on the ability to control the possession for Liberty. Robertson crashes in to take away a chance for the Flames. Garner, a All-Conference USA member in 2024 on the first team. Was a redshirt last year, and her returning to the Flames has been a huge impact in facilitating their offensive production. As well, her younger sister, Margaret Gardner, also on the team. Both coming from Matthews, North Carolina. A couple of family ties for the Liberty Flames. The only goal we've seen scored today is from Isabella Wiedemeyer, daughter of Coach Lang Wiedemeyer, and that was something that he was really grateful to have the chance to coach his daughter further, and she had plenty of options on where to go as well. But now gets to continue her playing career with a familiar face. Robertson goes through to Salama. Pulls it on the ground. It gets by. But for Salama, what a return for her it has been, and a huge boost to the Virginia Tech lineup. A true scorer, as the word would allude to. Does a lot facilitating, but she has a knack for finding the back of the net. Last year came in as a transfer from SMU after leading the Mustangs with 24 points back in 2024 and found 4 goals in her first 5 games with the Hokies. But unfortunately had her 2025 campaign cut short when she tore her ACL last season. She has returned, and even in the last game,
Lubic.
broke a program record with most shots in a single game. She had 11 versus VMI. Previous record was all the way back in 1997 from Tracy Powers of Virginia Tech. But for Salama, her journey has been a real inspiration, and one of the biggest ones too was her teammate in Letizia Russi, who tore her ACL in the exact same game as Eliana Salama did last season. They've been recovering together. Salama cites her teammates as a huge inspiration for wanting to come back to Virginia Tech this season, as well as the hope to get back to NCAA tournament. Offensive end.
Let's go, Hokies!
Virginia Tech made a couple of changes, getting Lilli Lubic and Anna Garrow in there, replacing Johanna Bradley and Hannah Patchen. third home game of the season for Virginia Tech this year, and they're going to start to see a boost in terms of attendance at the games as well, with school starting back up on Monday. Plenty of students starting to find their way to Blacksburg. Here's an opportunity on the offensive end for the Hokies. Left-footed shot rolls in front of Leia, who makes the stop for Liberty. Robertson chases after it, and she'll get ready to throw it in for Virginia Tech on the near sideline. Just like Gardner on the other end for Liberty, Robertson, although a defender, really finds a way to get open space, try to find her teammates up the pitch. Salama quickly gets rid of it. It goes ahead, prime opportunity, one-on-one. Cross to the other direction. We'll have whistles. Great chance by the Hokies there with Lilli Lubic. Looking to take advantage. They will have the offside call against them. That once again puts a stop to it. It's been the trend today for the Hokies offense. They've started to find some open looks, but haven't been able to stay onside. We'll see the result of this game. The last two matches between these two teams over the last few years have been defensive showdowns. Trujillo out of net. She'll retreat as Liberty tries to take advantage. Toss up on offense. So take a look back of all that action. It was Haley Novlet who fell down for Liberty. Hallie Engel gets set to kick away. She had 2 goals against Virginia Tech in 2024 right here at Thompson Field. Engel has it blocked by the wall, but Flames hold on to the possession. Plenty of substitutions going to be had here for Liberty, getting a lot of fresh legs out there. A couple for Virginia Tech as well.
Number 13, Danny Goobles. Number 15, Gabby Garnett. And number 19, Margaret Garner.
This first half winding down in Blacksburg. When we look at those last few matchups between these two teams, it was 2-1 in 2024 victory for the Flames, and last year a 1-1 draw. This one still trying to find its rhythm offensively as well, with the lone goal coming off a corner kick delivered by Sally Gardner. And Wiedemeyer took advantage to score for the Flames and give the lead way back early in this game. I was 8.5 minutes into this match. We haven't seen a score yet since then. Here's an opportunity for the Hokies. And there is the tie. 1-1 in Blacksburg. The breakthrough occurs. Lilli Lubic able to get it in off the assist from Eliana Salama. Lubic able to get it past Ainsley Leia in net for Liberty. It's back to even, so quite a while between those goals. Almost 25 minutes, but Lilli Lubic to put it through into the nets.
Assisted by number 9, Elia Salama.
It's the first goal of the year for Lilli Lubic, the sophomore who transferred in from Delaware. One of a couple transfers for the Hokies this season. Lubic has had a large role. Started the prior 2 matches for Virginia Tech. Entered in as a sub in this game. Tied the lead for Delaware last season in goals scored. Salama goes high off the crossbar. Rebound cannot be scored either. Oh my, what a chance that was. Nearly for the Hokies.
Yellow! Yellow!
Virginia Tech trying to keep that momentum after the goal. Was a beautiful setting at Thompson Field. That sun starting to go down. But this game far from over. Back to an even race as we're nearing back end of the first half of action. For Salama on that goal that was scored by Lilli Lubic. She earned her 2nd assist of the season, up to 4 points on the year. Ties Anna Weir in that department with the most on the team. Going off to the right of the goal. A lot of bodies in there. Trujillo will get lined up to boot it away. Early trouble for Virginia Tech defensively as the Flames looking back for control.
Let's go, Hokies!
Open space for the Flames offense. Goebbels moves ahead with it, but Salama takes it away for Virginia Tech. Opportunity for the Hokies offense, and a Weir moves off to the left. Kicked away. Lauren Littleton defensively for Liberty.
Easy, Lauren, let's go!
Lubic goes into Ganier for Virginia Tech. Lubic skies it up. It's caught into the mitt. Ainsley Leia for Liberty in net. We'll have to see for Liberty. They've split time with their goalkeepers the first two matches. It's been Huber who received the start in the last two. Ainsley Leia, who played the second half of both prior matches, received the start in this game.
Let's go, okay!
Here's a look at the numbers for Leia last year. Saw a little bit of action. Huber also played last season for Liberty. Just a wealth of goalkeepers they have on their team. It's in addition to Grace Workman, who herself is a former all-conference player for the Flames. We've just seen Huber and Leia so far this season. Peyton May with the takeaway for Virginia Tech. Hokies are back on offense, too far for Anna Weir. Couple of chances there for Virginia Tech. Flames defense able to do enough. It's back into possession of Maddie Buto for the Hokies. Under 5 minutes in this first half. We'll see if either team can make an offensive push. Real even so far. We've just had a corner kick goal for Liberty. That was scored by Isabella Wiedemeyer 8.5 minutes into the match. Lilli Lubic, the one to get in net for Virginia Tech. Even it up at one apiece. That was with just about 33 minutes through the matchup today at 32:55 on the clock. Up in the air, on the ground, have whistles first. Virginia Tech with another chance offensively. Garrow had it ripped away. There's whistles. That one on Garrow. He was looking to advance further. Saw a little bit of playing time as a freshman last season with Virginia Tech in 8 games. Getting her first action 2026 in this matchup. Flames with an offensive opportunity will connect. Liberty back in front. Margaret Gardner gets it by Trujillo. The Flames, with the first half winding down, have the lead again. look back at the first goal of the season for Margaret Gardner. Able to put that up top beyond Trujillo. All of a sudden, this game that seemed even for a couple of minutes has the chance for Liberty to go into the second half with the advantage if the Hokies can't find something quick here. Gardner subbed into the game today to get her first goal, her first point as a whole this season for Liberty. She brings a whole lot of speed to the pitch. Held school records at Porter Ridge High School in the 400 and the 500 in track, as well as her soccer abilities. Hokies looking for a response. Sioka on the far side.
One minute remaining in the half.
Ainsley Leia with the stop for Liberty will send it away. Just 30 seconds. Virginia Tech looking for one last chance to strike in this first half with the Flames leading. Lubic gets rid of it. Robertson looks ahead, lays it down. That one's booted away.
5, 4.
Liberty will go into the second half up 2-1. They scored once in the first 10 minutes and had to get some rhythm. It's been a good job done by Ainsley Leia in net for the Flames to give them the lead still up to this point as we get a fresh 45 on the clock. We resume the action in Blacksburg. Fight for possession off the bat. Liberty will now work from right to left. Well, after last year's 1-1 final score, this one already matches the 2024 matchup between these two teams, which ended 2-1 in the direction of Liberty. The Hokies looking for a change in tune at Thompson Field, while Liberty would not mind that repeat of history after they faced a near top 10 team in Virginia in their last matchup, falling 2-0. Early opportunity, it's Bradley for Virginia Tech, who lays it ahead to Salama. Sees it poked away. Virginia Tech with Liberty and a couple of other teams really getting a test in their non-conference schedule early on. Before they begin ACC play, they'll still take on Maryland, William and Mary, Georgetown, who is a tournament team, as well as Penn State and Illinois with some Big Ten action. As a whole, their schedule has 9 teams that were in last year's tournament, including the defending national champion Florida State. Throw-in will have a whistle. Liberty will take it right back, fending off the early attack from Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech trying to get back to that NCAA tournament. They went to the Elite Eight 2 seasons ago. Lubic rolls it ahead. Diving effort, loose ball. Kicked away. Ainsley Leia. Left net to go make a stop there. Virginia Tech still with the opportunity offensively. Lubic, who scored the goal for the Hokies, tosses in to Salama, double teamed on the near side. Ends up with Julia Tepes, looking for a cross. Instead, we'll have it sent the opposite direction. Virginia Tech trying to get a jump in the second half of action. Long throw in. On the ground, possession gained. What a stop once more by Ainsley Leah in net for Liberty. Hokies this season have had a little bit of stronger offensive showings in the second halves of games. So far on the year going into this matchup, they had scored 6 of their goals in the second halves compared to 2 in the first. Now a large majority and a wealth of them coming from their last game against VMI when they won the match 6-0, scoring the most goals they have scored since 2021 as a program. The cross in, Salama goes for it, can't connect, but Tepes gathers it back for the Hokies. Salama in the corner facing 2, rolls it the other way, and it will be stopped by Ainsley Leah, the keeper for Liberty. That offensive display, as well as this season, led by Chugger Adair, the head coach of the Hokies, who's in his 16th season at the helm. He's been able to lead Virginia Tech to the Elite 8 2 times. There's an open look for Salama. Have it taken away. Sliding effort as Leah left net. Virginia Tech will hold on to a chance here because of Salama's crashing in. Let's take a look back at this one. Strong job by Lauren Littleton, an incredible defender for Liberty, to take away a chance, but the Hokies still on the offensive end. Lubic skies it up. Flames will kick it all the way the other direction. Adair for Virginia Tech, a couple of Elite 8 appearances, 5 Sweet 16s as well. A lot of familiar staff for Virginia Tech throughout his time, keeping it consistent to continue the success. As the Hokies move on the offensive end, Salama puts it too high. She's getting plenty of shots up there. Last game, she broke a program record with shots in a single game. And a decent look. She's had a couple go high that inches away from potentially going in net. What a change up in the staff for Virginia Tech this season was a recent addition in Haley Williams as an assistant coach, and she offers something unique that the Hokies haven't had over the last few years in the coaching staff, as she herself did play women's college soccer at Stetson. She made 46 starts in her career. She's been a boost to the coaching staff that brings that coaching experience as well as that playing experience as a player herself. Spent the last 2 years at UMBC. Is in her first year with Virginia Tech. Offers another person that the Hokies can relate to. Both sides still looking for strong control. Salama on the near side, collects it, sends it the opposite direction into the gloves of Ainsley Leah. There to stop the attack once more. And it is notable for Liberty that Leah is still out there. She has split time with Peyton Huber, who received the start in the first 2 matches this season. Leah getting the second half. She made her first start today. Is still rolling into the next 45 of this matchup. That one will go way over the head of the Hokies keeper, Juliana Trujillo, the Daytona State transfer. Has been the keeper in all 3 games for Virginia Tech. Buto kicks it away. Cross midfield. Buto was able to get rid of it for Virginia Tech in her second season with the Hokies. Started in all 18 last year as a defender for Virginia Tech. Hails originally from Quebec. Just another example of the sport of soccer really growing. And a lot of programs throughout the country, including these 2 teams, taking advantage of finding international players with varying experience levels at different spots. Virginia Tech will have a chance here with Johanna Bradley. Bradley lines up, instead gives it away. It's too high. Off the foot of Patchen for the Hokies.
Let's go, Hokies! Let's go, Hokies!
Julia Tepes getting ready to throw it in for Virginia Tech. In her sophomore season, mentioned towards the beginning of this matchup for Virginia Tech, it's the sophomore class who has the strongest amount of numbers. Salama tripped up on the near side. Awarded the whistle. Foul on Lauren Littleton, a defender for the Flames. Hannah Patchen will set down the ball. Hokies looking for an opportunity, trailing by 1. Patchen kicks it away. On the ground. Booted out by the Flames defense. A couple of them in there, including Madison Curley. Patchen gets it right back for the Hokies. Moving towards the box. Tripped up, and there's another whistle. card issued as well. Patchen, after kicking it away, eventually found it again.
Yellow card issued to Liberty's number 17.
So it's a yellow card to Avonlea Monteith of Liberty. Gives another chance for the Hokies offense. On the ground, it will go. Anna Weir in on the rebound for Virginia Tech, and it's tied 2-2. Salama, the initial kick. It went in front of Ainsley Leah. We're back to an even match. Hokies offense crashing in. It's Weir who was able to get credit for it. Patchen charging in as well. So 57 minutes and change into the match. We're back to a tie with Anna Weir claiming the first goal of the second half. Second goal for Anna Weir this season. Already on a great pace. She had 6 last season as a whole. This is just game number 3. We're one of those true leaders on this Virginia Tech team who has been with the program for a number of years. She's in her senior campaign and has been there for all 4, including this one. And that also gave her a unique experience that she only shared with Savannah Sabo, another goalkeeper off the bench for Virginia Tech that had experienced a couple of seasons ago, something that the Hokies have done a little bit in the past, which is going through a military-esque training process, which lasted about 15 hours, and involved a whole lot of physical activity with running, crawling, push-ups, even bodybuilder reps, but even a lot of things that aren't on your regular training process as a soccer player. Specifically, they went over to War Memorial Gym, which is on the campus of Virginia Tech, and there was even an exercise where they needed to put on sweatshirts and take them off in the water. And when asked about it, Eliana Salama, another experienced leader for Virginia Tech, described it as, if we could get through that together, we can get through a game, which is only 90 minutes. And that experience was only shared by a couple of them, including Anna Weir, who had done it before with the team. As this is a younger Hokie squad, there's only 3 seniors and 1 graduate on the roster for Virginia Tech, and that's different than Liberty, who has 5 seniors, 3 fifth-year players, and a 6th-year as well, being Ainsley Leah in net. And what that experience can do is very beneficial for any program, and specifically having it in that pivotal position of goalkeeper. For both of these programs, a lot of success in the last decade or so. So here's the Flames offense, kicked away. Trujillo holds on to it for the Hokies. But to have that much success, you really got to build the right culture. Goes from the top down, from the head coach to the assistants to the players that can build on top of each other. And for both of these teams, when they're able to be connected and build that true team chemistry, that's what leads to a lot of success. Playing as one heartbeat and playing to those beside each other. It's what's been so successful for these teams with their recent tournament bursts over the last few years. It'll roll out. Julia Tepes for Virginia Tech. Nearest to it will get set to throw in the ball. First, some subs on the far side. Ellie Robertson gets back in for Virginia Tech. As well for Liberty, Carly Keene gets back into the game. Salama on the near side offensively. Can't get through the trap. And the Flames will have the chance to move with it right to left. This game was 2-1 going into the second half. We've gone through almost 18 minutes of action in half number 2. Over 62.5 on the game as a whole. Robertson in for Ganier, the Utah transfer for Virginia Tech this season. There's Robertson on that far side. Salama. Here's the whistle. She was ready for it downfield. Instead, Lauren Littleton last year was the Defensive Player of the Year in Conference USA, and that included in the tournament championship game for Liberty when they won both the regular season Conference USA title as well as that tournament championship. Littleton, a key part of that equation on the defensive end. Whistle awarded. Sally Garner fell down to the ground. Spot will be marked. Isabella Wiedemeyer, one lining up for Liberty. Scored the first goal of this matchup less than 10 minutes into the game. Trying to get the go-ahead off the left post. Great opportunity delivered by Wiedemeyer. Just a little too far to the left. Juliana Trujillo, keeper for Virginia Tech, will boot it away. Robertson collects it on the near half for the Hokies defense. Pressure applied by Bella Mermel of Liberty. Number 2 in red for the Flames. Out of a whole bunch of subs just got in for the Flames, including Keelan Esslinger, Brooklyn Jenkins, Margaret Garner, and Bella Mermel. For the Hokies, they bring back Anna Garrow. So a whole lot of fresh legs out there for the Flames. 5 new subs in there. These two teams have given us some great duels over the last 2 seasons.
Welcome to the game for Liberty, number 15, Gabby Garnett.
This one, the highest score of these 3 matchups. Gabriella Garnett in for Liberty, taking over for Isabella Wiedemeyer as well. So add another one. That's 6 new Flames subbed in the last minute. As I mentioned earlier, too, what a chance this is for these two teams out of conference, just 70 miles away. Chance to play against some top-tier competition, preparing themselves for what are some quality opponents they'll have on the docket. The Flames last year won Conference USA, but it's a competitive league with anyone having a chance in that tournament. For the Hokies, they're part of an ACC right now who is really, really strong. The top 3 teams currently in the United Soccer Coaches Poll are from the ACC, that being Stanford, Duke, and last year's champion Florida State. 6 of the top 13 are in the ACC, and that includes Liberty's last opponent in UVA, who's just outside of the top 10. But for Virginia Tech, something that might play to their advantage. When I mentioned those top 3, the only one on their schedule was Florida State. They end the season at Tallahassee, but they look at their schedule. A lot of other great teams, including UVA, who is near that top 10. But they get some of the other teams in the ACC that are still figuring out themselves as well. Virginia Tech sees 2026 as a chance to get back to the high rankings as they were in 2024 in the Elite Eight.
Welcome to the game for Liberty, number 18, Izzy Smulik.
Another change for the Flames. Izzy Smulik, freshman forward, getting in there. Took over for Brooklyn Jenkins. Robertson kicks it away for Virginia Tech. Will remain with the Flames. Prime opportunity here. Gabby Garnett, one on the far corner. The freshman midfielder trying to take advantage. Garnett on the corner, delivers in. Rolls out the back. Strong stop and effort made by Juliana Trujillo in her first season with Virginia Tech. The junior transferred in after a couple of seasons with Daytona State, winning back-to-back national championships with the Falcons at the junior college level. Tepes able to take it away for Virginia Tech. Gives it ahead to Anna Garrow. Garrow running towards the net. We'll see it sent away. Strong effort from Carly Keene of Liberty to stop an open look for Garrow. Under 20 to go in this match. We've seen just one goal scored in the second half. 3 total in that first half, with Liberty striking first, an answer from Virginia Tech. And towards the end of the first half, the Flames took the 2-1 lead. Hannah Weir with a goal in the 57th minute tied this game up for Virginia Tech.
Back into the game for your Hokies. We're number 10, Letizia Rossi.
There's Letizia Rossi checking back in for the Hokies, replacing Anna Weir. Also earlier, Gabby Sioka took over for Hannah Patchen. Garnett with it for Liberty. Flames will keep possession. Tepes chasing after it, boots it away. Hokies will go with it left to right.
No, it's been on my phone.
Off the rebound. Buteau able to get it away for Virginia Tech's defense. So here is Sally Gardner throwing it in for the Flames. Goes the other direction. Salama tried to get it ahead. Instead, the Flames take it right back with 16 to go. Virginia Tech takes it back. Shots even between these two teams today. There's been plenty of opportunities. You see there a little bit more in terms of realistic shots for Virginia Tech, but also a couple of more saves from Ainsley Leah of Liberty has kept her team in it. When you look at these two teams, the offenses could show up at any moment. Right now, time running out, and if a goal could score, could be the official difference maker in this matchup. Robertson able to hold off for the Hokies and keep it in possession with Virginia Tech. There's Celine Campman who kicks it away. She's one of the freshmen who's already getting some experience with Virginia Tech. Has started in all 3 matches this season for the Hokies. This is a great test for both teams when we look at what's coming up next for these squads. For Liberty, they'll stick with playing in Virginia. First, here's a look from Monteith. It was way high. For Liberty, they'll be going to VCU, then up to Pitt. After that, that's what's occurring for them over the next week. For Virginia Tech, it will be hosting Maryland later this week and taking a trip to William and Mary. Lubic knocks it out of play for the Hokies. Will end up back with Garner for the Flames. A big boost in her return to Liberty after redshirting last season, missing it. Younger sister Margaret scored a goal in this game. Sally had the assist on the first goal in this matchup. Garner back for her 5th season of women's college soccer. And after missing the year, what a boost that is to get her back. And it's the same for Eliana Salama for Virginia Tech. Player who recovered from a torn ACL. Gets one more go at it. Here's Bella Ganir.
Back into the game for your Hokies, number 3, Anna Weir.
A defender
Number 5,
for Virginia Tech who gets ready to throw it away. And
Eliana Salama.
some of those main players getting back into the match for the Hokies with Anna Weir, Hannah Patchen, and Eliana Salama all checking back in. Flames once again with mass substitution. A couple of new names, including who we just saw there, Haley Noblet. Even Garner herself will be taken out
Back into the game for Liberty, number
for
4,
Avery
Haley
Paulson. That's number 11 in red.
Number 11, Avery Paulson. Number 10, Haley Noblet. And number 20, Carly Keene.
So in addition to Noblet and Paulson, Isabella Wiedemeyer back in, as well as Carly Keene for the Flames. So both of these teams getting back in some of their main players, perhaps for the duration of this game with just 11 to go. In a standstill, see if either team could change a potential draw into a win. When you look at this series all time, Virginia Tech leads at 12-2-1. But over the last 2, it's been 1-0-1 in the direction of Flames. If they could even work a draw in this match, what a showing that would be for Liberty over their last 3 matchups against an ACC opponent. Hokies hoping to even up this series over the last 3. Salama able to keep it in for Virginia Tech. It'll be the Flames. We'll move with it right to left. Sally Garner boots it out of play on the far side. Under 10 minutes left in this match. For anyone that just has joined us recently, it was 2-1 after the first half in the direction of Liberty. Anna Weir Scored in the 57th minute of this match. We're now over 80 through in this game. That was early on in the first 13 minutes of the second half. Since then, neither team really able to get many great looks offensively. Couple of shots on net. Patchen fighting with it for Virginia Tech. Patchen lays it ahead. It's back with Sioka. Gives it a boot, and it will go too far over the head of Leia. In net for Liberty. She's played the entire match. First time this season that Liberty has elected to go with the same keeper in the first and second half of a game. Bradley looking for space for the Hokies. Rolls it on the ground. Salama hoping for a good chance. Has it kicked away. And there is that incredible defense of Lauren Littleton, last year's Conference USA Defensive Player of the Year. But what that does is give an opportunity for the Hokies. Hannah Patchen bringing the ball to the far corner. Each team with a pair of corners in this game. Patchen lines up to kick on the far side. Patchen delivers. Into the box, Salama off the rebound. We'll see it fly to the right. Bleachers were shaking at Thompson Field. This crowd showed up today for this women's soccer matchup on this Thursday night. Just a couple of games into the year for each of these teams. Game number 3 for both sides. For both of these schools, with the students starting to make their way back to campus. Just more opportunity for a strong home crowd. With that last one, the shots battle once again even between these two teams, as is the score. As we alluded to earlier, there's the shots on goal. A little bit more in the advantage of Virginia Tech as well. A huge reason the score is still where it's at, despite having more shots for Virginia Tech. Ainsley Leia with 4 saves in goal for the Flames. Trujillo has done a strong job as well, with just the 1 save to her resume on the day. Ball lifted high. Kicked away. Lauren Littleton on the scene again. She's on the ground. Looks like she's going to tie her shoe. Virginia Tech also called offside on that last play. Just a little over 5 minutes left to go in this matchup. The last time these two teams played at Thompson Field back in 2024, Liberty won it 2-1. And in last year's game, it was a goal in the 86th minute for the Flames, which tied the matchup. That ended in a draw. So can't count out late game heroics. There's a card given to Peyton May, the sophomore for Virginia Tech. Salama able to break through. Lays it ahead. Weir chasing. Instead, sees it wiped away. Madison Curley able to get back there on the defensive end for Liberty. With just 5 minutes left, only a couple at most of strong offensive opportunities for each side remaining. Peyton May looking for some room. All the way back to Buto. Lays it way ahead. Salama trying to keep it with the Hokies. It goes to Weir. Patchen. Lilli Noblet with space for the Flames. 4.5. Gives it up front to Keene. Keene lays it ahead. Buto heads it away. Back on the ground. It's with Monteith. Peyton May with a great reach for Virginia Tech, but instead the Flames hold on to it. On the near side, Keene against Robertson. Gets the shot with the right foot. It's off the crossbar, and it will go in eventually. A whistle first. What a shot from Carly Keene that Trujillo was able to block out. Rebound opportunity for the Flames galore. Let's take a look back at what everything that just happened. Keene with a beautiful shot with the right foot. Stopped by Trujillo. In the end, it was Garner who had a chance trying to put it through for the Flames. But the whistle stopped before that. Carly Keene almost with a go-ahead goal in the 86th minute of this match. Flames looking for another opportunity. Stopped by Trujillo on the ground. Sioka gets rid of it. That foul in that whole process was on Hallie Engel of Liberty. But now the Flames have a corner kick with 3 minutes to go in the match. It'll be Sally Gardner ready to attempt the corner. Was able to provide the assist in the first goal scored in this game, all the way back in the first 10 minutes. Instead, a second chance for. Gives it up. Monteith on the ground. A shot won't go from Littleton. A stop by Trujillo, and we stay at a tie. Juliana Trujillo with a couple of incredible saves over the last minute. Mentioned earlier, Leia had a couple more saves than Trujillo with those more opportunities to do so, while Trujillo has added a couple herself. Hokies moving with it on the other direction. Patchen with under 2 minutes to play. We're over 88 minutes through. Hannah Patchen skies it up. Batted away. They'll go with the Flames. Time winding down in this non-conference matchup, which has delivered in all 3 installments over the last 3 years. A 1-goal victory for Liberty in 2024 at Thompson Field right here in Blacksburg. Last year a draw. And only 1 minute left to determine the result of this one. Leia picks it up for Liberty. 45, gives it a boot. Peyton May fighting for it for Virginia Tech. Cleared out of bounds. 30 on the clock. Virginia Tech will take it with 20 to go. Buto lining up for the Hokies. Kicks it away to the far side. It will be knocked the other direction. Down to 5. Hatchin is tripped with just 1 second remaining. The buzzer has sounded back-to-back years with a draw between Liberty and Virginia Tech. What a matchup this one was in 2026. The last goal was scored in the 57th minute by Anna Weir to tie up this game. We didn't see one for the rest of the second half as it ends 2-2. What a matchup this was, and it sets the tone for the rest of the season for these two teams, the Liberty Flames and the Virginia Tech Hokies, going into their conference schedule. So we thank you so much for taking time out of your Thursday evening to watch this matchup of women's college soccer. It's 2-2, Liberty and Virginia Tech after 90 minutes. I'm Riley Klaus, and for everyone involved in this production, we thank you for your viewership. This has been the ACC Network Extra.